another Cuban review. This is the fourth part of our Cuban series, the Cuban Seed series that is. This time we will be featuring the Bolivar Petite Corona, a lovely little firecracker of a cigar. A beautiful wrapper, lots of veins, still nonetheless beautiful. I'm not one of those people that try to act like I'm not smoking a tobacco leaf. Sometimes I do see a little bumpiness, a little veins, but at the same time, you still have a lot of quality tobacco that shows those characteristics, and I think that also shows here. It has a very round spectrum of flavors. You'll get a lot of cinnamon, a lot of cedar, a lot of tea. Not very creamy, but a little smidgen of creaminess is involved. Pairing this with the Fabre Montmayou, it is a Mendoza Malbec from Argentina, 2010. Lovely colors. Floral scents, a little bit of oak. You get a lot of blackberry notes coming out of this. Very sweet, very full. Has a sharp bite at the end, so it's a little bit acerbic in the finish. Lovely wine paired with this cigar. We got, again, having the cedar, having the leather notes as well. Slight creaminess with the tea flavor, balancing that out with the wine to bring about a well-balanced experience. It's amazing to sit out here in the backyard and still see all these flowers that are still blooming, knowing that it's time to start wearing sweaters. October is among us. We're going to be going into Thanksgiving real soon. Things are changing. Cigar season is over. Lots of dry wood coming out of the gate, which I do expect from this cigar. A lot of times, I've had lovely Nicaraguan puros right out the gate. You know you're going to be getting a very rich, smooth, and creamy smoke. Well, that's not happening here. It's a Cuban. The Cubans have a very definitive, earthy kind of taste, a deep, leathery kind of taste when it comes out of the gate. You get a lot of wood, a lot of leather. Then it starts to calm down. The one thing about this cigar is that it does take a little while for those flavors to cook for my palate. And for some people, they might like it immediately. But my palate is not a palate that likes anything harsh. I don't want anything dry. I like smooth, creamy, full flavored, and I like a lot of kick. This cigar does start to get to my side of the spectrum, but it's always well into the beginning of the second third, which makes this a very complex cigar for that matter. Okay, we're starting to hit our stride now. A little bit more than halfway through the first third. The draw is a bit firm, but it's getting a lot better as we go. But all of the notes that I love about a Cuban seed cigar are starting to just come to the fore. The wood is going down, tea is coming up, getting a little bit of spice. The smoke is getting a lot more dense. Billows of effortless smoke flowing out of this cigar. The cigar, unfortunately, right out the gate, it's going to suffer when it comes to aesthetics. The veins, the bumps, just the lack of sheen and oil and smoothness. It's going to be starting off in the low 90s. So default all systems from 100 to low 90s as I start to rate this cigar. But from a complexity point of view, highest marks, 2. The complexity on this cigar is incredible. You feel like basically you have 3 different cigars and they're all exchanging their major characteristics in terms of how more pronounced they are at different stages. So again, the wood goes down, the tea comes up. It starts off with the tea down and the wood up. And as you start to get to the last third, and you really get adjusted to the smoke and everything's starting to settle in, you can really appreciate it. There's nothing that I can address in the cigar at this stage right here that just doesn't make it a phenomenal cigar. Again, the Petite Corona, little firecracker. This is one of those glasses that initially you might think it's a novelty, but it has some utility. This is basically a wine glass without a stem. You can get this from places like, Williams-Sonoma, Pottery Barn, things of the sort, but it's just a great deviation from your typical wine glass with the stem. To me, it's very backyardish, so to speak. But blackberry, again, maybe a little vanilla spice, a lot of oak coming out of this, but it has a very round body. The tannins just kind of move very velvety across the tongue. Gorgeous wine. So I'm not going to do a full marriage right here. This is more like an engagement. Just going to do it halfway here. I'm not going to dip the cigar way too soon. So just kind of let all the flavors kind of start to intermingle, so we get to balance out the sweetness, the smokiness, the cherry notes, the cinnamon from the cigar, the tea from the cigar. It's all coming together now. And then once you actually take it down while it's infused and combined, to actually do them separately and kind of reintegrate them. Awesome experience. You know, I found that the great thing about wine is that it coats the mouth and throat and tongue so perfectly for a cigar. I like my scotch, I like my bourbon, I like all kinds of whiskey. You're even going to see reviews where I'm going to try tequila out. Yes, I've been searching for the perfect tequila. But the point I'm trying to make is red wine, particularly robust red wines, Malbec, Merlot, Cabernet, Sangiovese, Shiraz. These are the wines that really, really bring out the character of a cigar, even more so than Scotch. Now, that's just my personal opinion, of course.